Hello everybody, welcome to your 10-minute sequence for neck pain today. So if you haven't already, come join me with your legs crossed, sat on the mat, spine nice and tall, slight tuck in the chin, and placing the hands on the knees or together in the lap. And we'll bring our awareness inwards to our breath. And we're just observing the natural rhythm here. We're not forcing or trying to make the breath move in any way. Just bringing ourselves into the present moment and connecting with our breath. If any thoughts come to mind, we can just exhale them away, bringing our awareness back to the breath. And just be aware of how the breath feels in the body today. Perhaps it feels quite tight and restricted. Or maybe you have some room to breathe. Then we can bring the hands together in prayer in front of the chest, bow the head down and open the eyes. So to begin, we're going to warm up the neck. So placing the hands on the knees, we're just going to twist the head from side to side. So looking to the left and to the right. Just gentle movements, these don't need to be quick. Just a couple more here. Then we can come back to center. Then we'll take the right ear down to the right shoulder and we can hold it here. If you feel like you can deepen the stretch, gently place the right hand on top of the head. Just deepen that stretch a little. Then exhaling, gently release. We'll do the same on the other side. So take the left ear to the left shoulder and just hold. And again, placing that hand gently on top of the head just to increase the stretch slightly. Only if the neck allows. Please be mindful. We don't want to cause more pain. And then exhaling, releasing the hand down. We're then going to do some semicircles. So just dipping the head down, the chin down towards the chest and just doing some semicircles, bringing the chin round to each shoulder. And then if it feels good, you can circle the head all the way around for some full neck circles. But again, being mindful of the neck. The circles don't have to be too wide. They can be very small and slow. And then taking it round in the other direction, you can do your full neck circles or just the semicircles. So one more round here, and then we can come back to center. So then we're going to take the left hand behind our backs and grab the wrist with the right hand. And then just take the chin round to the right shoulder. Again, another nice little stretch down the side of the neck here. Making sure we're sitting nice and tall. And we're not hunching the shoulders up to the ears. Then exhaling, we can release and we'll do the same on the other side. So the right hand comes behind the back and we grab the wrist with the left hand and we take the chin to the left shoulder. And again, just being mindful of the stretch. If something doesn't feel quite right in the neck, just bring yourself out of the pose a little. Then exhaling, we can gently release. And then finding our way into our tabletop position, making sure we've got the hips in line with the knees, shoulders in line with the wrists. Pressing the tops of the mat, the feet into the mat and pulling the belly in. We'll move through some cat-cows. So inhale, draw the belly down, lift the chest and chin. Exhaling, rounding the spine. Inhale, lift. Exhaling, round. Inhaling, lift. Exhaling, round. Pressing the mat away from you when we're rounding the spine. Inhaling, lifting the chest and chin. exhaling round. Inhale. You can go at your own pace here. You don't have to keep up with me. These could be nice, slow, mindful movements. One more. Exhale. And then coming back to neutral. We're then going to thread the needle. So inhale, lift up the right hand, and then exhale, bring it through that nice little gap we've got between the arm and the leg. Resting the shoulder on the mat and the cheek on the mat. We can keep the top hand pressing into the mat, or we can take it over and behind the back for a nice little bind, or we can take it overhead for a different stretch. Just find what feels good for you in this pose. Breathing nice and deep into the right side of the body. And then inhaling, pressing into that hand, lifting the right arm all the way up and bringing it back down. We'll do the same the other side. Inhale, extend the left arm. Exhale, thread the needle. Bring that shoulder and cheek down to rest on the mat. And again, you can keep the right hand pressing into the mat, or you can take it over behind the back for a nice little bind, or you can take it overhead again. Completely up to you. Preferably do the same as what you did on the other side to balance it out. Just a few more breaths here. Then inhaling, pressing that palm into the mat, lifting the left arm all the way up. Exhale, placing the hand back down on the mats. We're then going to gently tuck the toes underneath, bring the hips up and back into our downward facing dog pose. And then inhaling, we can gently walk the feet up towards the hands. Maybe we generously bend the knees. And we can just let the body hang for a sec, and then inhaling, rolling all the way up the spine, back up to standing. So from here we want to take the feet hip width apart. And then from the hips, we're going to exhale, fold it forwards. Again, we can have a very generous bend in the knees, and we'll let the arms hang, let the head hang. I'll turn to the side so you can see from the side. Folding it forwards, bringing the belly to the thighs, and letting the arms hang and the head hang. And you can shake the head yes and no to just loosen up the neck if that feels good. But again, be mindful of these movements. Nothing too quick. And no snap movements. Just being mindful and finding out what feels good for you. And then on our next inhale, we can take the arms behind the back and interlace the fingers, and then let gravity do the work and draw the arms down towards the head. Keep a nice bend in those elbows. We're not completely locking out. We want to protect the joints. Maybe you can feel some tingling in the legs. That's absolutely fine and perfectly normal. You're not going to get stuck in this position. Just breathe deeper to help with this stretch. Then exhaling, we can gently release the hands. Bringing the hands to the hips, and then inhaling with a flat back, come all the way back up to standing. And then from here we can just cross the legs and bring ourselves back down to sitting on the mat for our closing meditation. So again, sitting with the spine nice and tall, slight tuck in the chin, and placing the hands on the knees or together in the lap, and closing the eyes. And again, bringing our awareness back in towards our breath. Reconnecting. And again, just take a moment to ask yourself, how does the breath feel? Do you feel like you have a bit more room to breathe now after doing some stretches? Taking some nice deeper breaths. And then we can just gently let our breath come back to its natural rhythm. If your mind begins to wander, bring it back to our breath. And then drawing the hands together in prayer in front of the chest, bow the head down and gently